but I was going to do the one-liner is it can really help to kind of knock these stories out where you'll never be able to believe this thought again. So I haven't done what I needed to do. You said it in the context of Christmas is going to slap me in the face. I haven't done what I needed to do. So even the idea of Christmas slapping you in the face, it's cute. It's a cute thing to say. And it may feel that way, but what's the cost to you of telling yourself those things? So is it true you haven't done what you needed to do? Is there something specific you were referring to?
Like Christmas shopping, Christmas, decorating, shopping, none of that stuff is done. And I
Me
don't
too.
know that I thought it would be done by this point, but I know that I'm completely slammed until, next week. So it's gonna slap me in the face. It's like I'm gonna finally wrap
Right.
up this work stuff, and then it's gonna be like, oh my God, it's Christmas and I haven't done anything yet.
And if you're ordering things, there is a lag time as opposed to being able to run out to, the mall and get everything the night before. Yeah. So, yep. So anyway, that's what I haven't done what I needed to do. Is it true? There were things you needed to do already, should have been done by now that you haven't done. Is it true?
No.
You can say yes if you really believe it.
Okay. Yes.
And then number two always takes care of it. You can say yes on number two also, but can you absolutely know that you haven't done what you needed to do by now?
What's the self-imposed deadline? It's a self-imposed notion that I don't even, I'm not even so wrapped up in it that I have, I should have had X done by now. It's just more like it's like the wave is coming and it's gonna
Right, right.
hit the shore, and then it's gonna be like, oh my God.
And then we're gonna go body surfing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Let the wave carry you or crash you into the wall is the way you did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So,
So it's
and maybe it's fine. I think I find myself saying things like that or something. I'm usually pretty impeccable with my words because of all this work, but sometimes I am saying it and it's not an emotional charge for me. It's just like a habit. So you may not be suffering around this story at all right now, but there might be times when you actually feel anxious about it, or just that story is kind of dragging you down and piling on all the things. So how do you react when you believe that thought?
let me just say, I think where it gets more emotionally charged is when I get to the point where I'm actually focusing on it, and then then it's the regret. So
Yeah.
it's more of a low level worry that's going to lead to regret that I didn't do it before now, because now
All
I'm
right.
like,
Then we go with Wheel of Self-Forgiveness.
yeah.
And you have compassion for the you that you were. And it's tricky if you said or did something that you're upset about, it's really easy to go to that moment. The not doing of something is basically, these were all the moments of you not doing it. Who were you, in each of those moments, doing the best you could, which was a whole lot of other things besides Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
Including being here on the call with me. Yay, you, that you showed up. You showed up for yourself. You didn't say, I'm too busy. I need to do my Christmas order. But in the end, it will free up more time and money and energy. And okay. So, but then who are you then? Whether it's while you're busy trying to get the things done and you've got the you shoulda, woulda, coulda, or looking forward to. How do you react when you believe this thought that I haven't done what I needed to do? Should have done it earlier, all that stuff.
Then I am anxious. I'm self-critical. I'm feeling ineffective and not with it, not responsible. That's a big word for me. Yeah, irresponsible, not responsible.
Irresponsible, yeah. What would be a 4-year-old word for that? I'm what? If you didn't know words like ineffective.
Lazy, like lazy.
Okay, lazy. I'm bad. I didn't get it done. Or what are just some of those?
Yeah, I'm gonna disappoint somebody. I don't know, bad. Bad doesn't really, we didn't
Right?
use bad,
Lazy.
but
Right.
lazy maybe, and
The idea of letting somebody
care,
down.
yeah, maybe careless or not thoughtful.
So you start having that kind of self-talk, whether you're aware of it or not. It's kind
Yeah,
of, you know,
you're a loser.
whose business are you in when you believe the thought, I haven't done what I needed to do?
Well, it's partly my business, but I suppose it's God's business. And the part about other people's expectations is their business. And how I've managed to feed those expectations is my business. Like, why should they have those expectations in the first place? And maybe they don't.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I just said, and maybe they don't. Maybe I've just invented that they have those expectations.
Right. Yeah, I think just it is interesting, yeah, what we are doing or getting done is our business, but I feel like I've learned that the business of what shows up in any given moment is still kind of out of our hands. It's sort of just like a happening or something. It is, you know, even right now, you nodded your head, you blink your eyes, you're holding your pen a certain way. It's your conscious mind is not orchestrating all that. It's just things are happening. And I think the definition of God's business for me is almost like anything outside the realm of what your conscious mind can plan or control, or, on some level, just you might say, oh, okay, I'm going to pick up my pen, but the exact way you hold your pen, and did you really say I'm going to pick up your pen, or you just did it? It's just sort of things just show up. So yeah, it's like we're watching the movie of our life, of the character Anita. We call her Anita, and she's played by this whatever consciousness has been with you from the beginning. No matter what your body looks like, it's you. So and we could name or call her anything. And anyway, so yeah, the what shows up, what Anita is doing is just kind of this curiosity, and it's kind of a cool way to say where you talked about Christmas is going to slap me in the face. It'd be like is almost like that, like okay, what's going to happen next? When will I get slapped in the face by Christmas? When will the wave hit the wall? And will I, if that's my definition of what happens, then it might feel bad as opposed to, oh my goodness, will I get it done? It's weird how detached I feel from Christmas this year. It's just sort of like, who do I even have to get presents for? We've stopped buying presents for all the nieces and nephews and cousins and all of that. So, but I do have my friends, but I also know that it's fine. We often send each other stuff really late or early when we're inspired. And, so it just, or I'm going to wait and decorate when everybody comes. It's like, I'm just really a way detached from it. And yet, like you said, when it'll all come together. So, but there's that low level of, wait a minute. So who would you be tonight, having just gotten home and gotten your package from Nancy and thinking about all the 16 people and all of that without the thought, I haven't done what I needed to do.
I'd not be worrying about it. I would be doing other things I need to do. I would be confident that I'll get it done when it needs to get done. Maybe planning a time to, knock out these 3 families or something.
Yeah, I mean, you might hang up the phone and do it right now. Look at what happened with Cindy on that Q&A call. After all those weeks, she sat down and wrote the article that same night.
Yeah, yeah.
And then went back and edited it 2 or 3 times as well. But yeah. So it'll just be interesting. Or you might even plan this time that you think you're going to do it and you won't do it then, but you will do it at some point. Or you'll not do it. You'll say, I guess I'm not giving gifts this year. I notice I'm not buying gifts. Maybe we'll do Groundhog's Day this year. So,
I did that with Christmas cards a while ago. Like,
yeah,
I'd buy them and then I wouldn't send them. And then, some of my friends would give me hell about it. And finally I was just like, I don't send Christmas cards.
right. I know.
I do
And
like getting them though. So every now and
yeah,
then I like go through whoever sent me one and I
right.
send it back.
You can decide, and then you can decide and then wait and see what actually shows up and whether or not you do it. It's a cliffhanger. Who
Yeah.
knows what will happen? Will Anita send cards this year? Or will they come out at Valentine's Day? Or so turn the thought around. I haven't done what I needed to do.
um,
Do
How do I turn that around to
You could do the opposite.
yeah, the opposite's easy. I have done what I needed to do.
And how is that as true or truer than the other story?
I haven't done what I needed to do because I didn't.
But we're looking for examples of how you have done what you needed to do.
I have done what I needed
To
to do.
offset the other one. Yeah.
I guess I could say, well, I have ordered gifts from my parents and my brother and his wife and Aunt Nancy.
Wow, that's a lot.
And they've all received them already.
Wow.
That.
So clearly those were the ones you needed to do it for because they're the ones you did it for.
Yeah. Well, I always do
Okay.
my parents. I buy them
What?
from, I buy them halibut cheeks from Alaska.
Uh,
And if I order them, um, like on Thanksgiving weekend or Black Friday or whatever, I get free shipping, and that's a big deal because the shipping is like $50 to $75 from Alaska.
are they smoked?
They're frozen.
Frozen. Oh, wow.
Like,
Interesting.
right, right off the boat.
Who knew that halibut even had cheeks? Um,
Yeah, yeah. It,
must be
it's a real tender, delicious piece of halibut. They learned
uh,
about it and they went on an Alaskan cruise years ago. And I
uh,
know Dad really loves them, and so I send them. And my mom likes to cook them because they're kind of small and they're easy to do, and so they really appreciate that gift. So I've gotten better at, like, that's what I'm going to do. That's, I've got that one on autopilot, so that's a good one.
wow. So you also, I did what I needed to do. I went to Corpus Christi. I had a dog who needed surgery. What are some other things that you did what you needed to do?
Yeah, true. I cleaned up my office before I left for Corpus Christi, and the cleaning ladies cleaned it. Like, I straightened it and they cleaned it while I was gone, and I haven't let them in there in probably a year. So it's really nice. When I went up to get my notebook for, my Shawn notebook, I was like,
Right?
oh, it smells so nice in here and it's all clean. And
Yay, you!
so I
Wow,
did that.
you're
Yeah,
over the top doing what you needed to do. You have so many examples for this turnaround.
I stayed up till 2 in the morning doing that, when I should have been packing, but I did finish
Oh,
my
really?
packing time.
This
Yeah,
really
you sure should.
should have been packing instead, and then your office wouldn't be clean. So yeah.
But I packed. I got to the airport in plenty of time. I wasn't
You
even
did.
rushed,
And you
which
can
is,
almost see, yeah, these stories are lies. You should have been packing. No, you weren't packing. You should have been packing. No, you got there in time. You
yeah.
chose to do your office instead. Yeah. So, all right. So then you have done what you needed to
So
do. That was that turnaround. And go
yeah,
ahead.
I did do what I needed to do.
And you've sounds like you've given a little thought to some of the gifts. So maybe while you're sort of thinking, or you're just gonna trust that you'll know what to get them when you see it. Um, so the other turnaround, and then we'll wrap up, is the thinking. So since there's not another person involved in this one, I haven't done what I needed to do. I have done what I needed to do. My thinking hasn't done what it needed to do.
Hard.
Again, if if your thinking's job, I don't know, is to be aligned with reality, to keep you calm and happy. I don't know. Can you think of examples? I haven't done what my thinking, or it could have also been, oh, here's another way to do it. You can play with these. I haven't done what my thinking needed me to do. That's a good one.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's all that's really happening here.
Right. I'm writing that down.
It's not like some God's truth that, okay, here's what you need to do in this moment. And it's like, no, I haven't, my thinking is the only one that said I needed to do that, and I haven't done it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's very true. I haven't done what my thinking needed me to do, but I obviously got done the things that I needed to do for that in that moment, in that, you know, week, in that day to get me to Corpus Christi on time and drop off the dog on time and, remember the
I
dog
know. My
food and
goodness, there is so much to celebrate here in, in the
yay
doing
me.
of in the doing of everything at exactly the right time. And what if some of the Christmas gifts get there late, and that's even better because the kids were bored right before New Year's or in January. They're snowed in and people need some a present arrives. Yay, look at Anita's Christmas present. It's just like this sort of really trusting. And I was just so not that way before. I, maybe I was as a child. I think as a child, I probably could have like watched the grass grow,
Mhm.
But I got it all trained out of me.
Right. That you have to
Um,
be this person and you have to do these things in this order
right.
and with a
Yep.
smile on your face and be cheerful and
Right. So anyway, it's just obviously you did do what you needed to do in that moment, that week, that day, that time. You did exactly what you needed to do, which is what you were doing then. And only your mind. The only truth here is that you haven't done what your thinking needed you to do. And
so
then on the other,
tomorrow do what I need
what,
to do. And the
what?
next day I do what I need to do. And whatever I don't do didn't need to be done.
There you go. I mean, in a high pressure job like yours, it's important to have that to give yourself some peace because the mind's stories about not getting stuff done can actually hamper your effectiveness by eclipsing you with reality and the story of having not gotten it right and people are going to be unhappy and so but I think there's a belief that without this kind of thinking we won't do anything. But it isn't true. We'll still show up doing whatever we do. It just, we didn't need all that pressure and self-flagellation to get it done.
Yeah.
So, probably a good time of year to be doing this inquiry because I
Yeah.
heard you come in and caring a lot. And I think we also found that hearing from the lawyer, all of that also is getting done in perfect timing.